Welcome back to Gypsy Moon Homestead. Today I'm making a coffee soap with coffee grounds and spiced coffee cake fragrance oil. I have my lard and coconut oil mixture here and my lye water mixed up. So I'm just going to pour those together very carefully so I don't splash. Set that aside, and I have the generator going so I can use my stick blender. That just makes things go a lot faster. I have a lot of soap to make this year. Starting to come to trace already. This just makes it so much quicker. It's a very, very, very thin trace because everything's still pretty hot when I mixed it together. Going to save out just a little bit in this container for another project that I'm doing. That'll be plenty. Okay, and I have 2 ounces of spiced coffee cake fragrance oil measured out into here. I'm going to pour in here. And then I've got 1 ounce of coffee grounds in here, and this will kind of make it a little bit tan. So that'll be pretty. I'll just mix this with a spoon for a minute and see. That smells like coffee. This will be good for your hands for scrubbing if you're out in the garden or something, or if you're cutting onions. Coffee grounds helps get the smell out. Okay, I'm gonna use the stick blender and get this done the rest of the way, but you can see how much that changed the color already. Looks a little bit like coffee. nicely. So that's ready to pour into the molds already. It goes so fast with a stick blender. And this makes a double batch. And this looks like I have two different molds. Yeah, I do. All right, I'll be right back. I have to go find my other mold so they're the same. All right, I've got the right mold now. I'm glad I caught that before I poured it. All right, now we have two of the same. See how nice and thick it is? It's like a pudding, kind of a pudding texture. So that should set up really nice. And I am going to do just a few little samples. With this, I'm going to put it way back over here in the corner so it's out of my way. Have to pull that out. It's too close to the wall. It's always hard to believe how little soap batter can make a ton of samples. Okay, this is in the way. Sometimes people want these little ones for taking on their travels. They're the perfect size for camping or any of that stuff. Or just if you want to try a little soap first before you decide you want a big bar. But I'm always making different varieties. There, that little bit that was left made 8 sample size bars. All right. And that's that, and I might put a little design in the top of this once it sets up a little bit more. If I decide to do that, I'll come back and show you that. Okay, so I think this is cooled off enough that I can do some kind of a little design in here. Well, maybe not. It's still a little bit hot. close. I think I'll let it set up just a little bit more, and then I want to do like a white drizzle over the top with that soap I saved to the side. So let it sit up for a couple more minutes, then I'll come back and finish this up. Alright, so this is just barely set up enough. We're gonna go ahead and put the little design in here, and then we're going to put the white drizzle on the top. So it kind of looks like coffee cake with frosting, or with a glaze or something. So I like how that turned out. And I will be back to show you the cut. So now everything's ready to cut. Just peeling the soap out of the box here. Ignore all the background noise, that's my dogs jumping around. Okay, this does smell like coffee cake. I need to find my little piece of soap that I use for my spacer. It's got to be over here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe this will work. Oh, that'll work, I guess. I don't know. Organized chaos, maybe. That's what we're gonna call it. So, kind of doing this backwards so you guys can see this a little bit better. Okay, that cut really nice. And there's that first little piece off of there, has just like the little glaze on the top. I'll take my spacer out. Turned out nice. A glaze on the top. It's looking good, and it's actually the perfect temperature and everything to cut it right now. So there's another one. Those are turning out pretty nice. have 2 loaves of this to cut. It has that, you can see those coffee grounds in there. That'll be nice and scrubby. Has kind of a nice coffee smell. There, and then we have another little slab. I usually wrap those and lot them up together and then sell them in like little sets. There, this one is ready also. Spacer in there. That's the same. It did gel in the middle a little bit, so you can see that circle, a darker circle in the middle. And that does not affect the soap at all. It just means it got a little bit warmer in the center than the rest of the soap. You can force it to gel by putting it in the oven if you want the whole thing to gel, and then it'll be the same color throughout, but I don't do that. I just let it be what it's going to be. Kind of looks like a yummy little piece of frosted coffee cake. Need to make about 160 double batches like this for the year, and that should be just about enough. So I have a lot left to do. Making all this is the fun part, and then it's the I like going to the sales too, but the labeling and the shrink wrapping is not as fun. I don't mind labeling, but the shrink wrapping really is It's not really my favorite job. It goes pretty fast though, once you get everything all lined up and ready to go. There. And there's the last one. And we only got just a tiny little thin piece off of that, but that's it. And there it is, all done. Thanks for watching, guys.